Today on Reese Dixon, we are building this jumbo wind chime for $6. Hi everybody, it's Teresa with ReeseDixon.com. Today I'm going to be making a wind chime for my backyard, but I'm going to be doing it out of the cheapest materials. This is a dollar store special. So I was at my dollar store and I found these adorable little wind chimes. I love the noise that it makes. I think it's really cute out of the bamboo. The only problem is it's very little, and if I put this up in my backyard, you'd never notice it. So I need to take this and bump up the scale. So I bought 5 of them, and we're going to reconfigure them to make a jumbo wind chime. So the first thing I did was kind of lay them out and try to decide if I was going to take them apart. And let me put this down so you can hear what I'm saying. So I had to lay them out and figure out if I was going to start from scratch or just reconfigure them somehow. So once I got them into a shape that I liked, I could decide how to proceed from there. So what I decided to do was have kind of like a little pyramid hanging down. So I'm gonna take my screwdriver and I'm gonna drill holes here and here. And so this will be the top portion of my wind chime. And then I will hang a couple more from the sides where I drill those holes. And then with the last 2, I'm going to drill the hole through that bottom piece and hang 1 more, and then drill from the next bottom piece and hang 1 more. So I'll have like 3 across and 3 down to kind of make this, oh my goodness, to make this little pyramid shape. But in keeping with changing the scale, I wanted something bigger at the top, something to really provide a big focal point and to set the tone for everything else. So I decided I was going to create a new, base for it all to hang from. So I got this bowl, and I think I might have even gotten this at the dollar store too, although I can't remember at this point. Maybe it was a thrift store. The point was, it was cheap, and so am I. So I drilled a hole through this, and there's a special technique you have to use. It's really not even a technique. It's just a special drill bit you have to use to drill a hole through pottery like this. So let me show you how I did that step. So to drill a hole in any kind of pottery or china or glass, you need a special setup. So here I've just got a basin. I pulled this up from the camping supplies. Just anything that can hold water will work. And I've got a crappy old towel in the bottom of this to help support my bowl so that it won't break because it's uneven. And then this whole thing is filled with really nice, cool water. The water is a lubricant when we start the drilling, and it'll keep the bit really cold too, because if it gets hot, your dish will crack, and if it gets too fast or too much pressure on it, it'll crack. So you have to be very slow and careful with it. So with this setup, I'll just bring my little drill. Let me show you the bit that I've got on it. This is a special bit just made for drilling through tile, ceramic, glass. They're really easy to find. You just have to look in your hardware store for the type of drill you need, or the type of drill bit you need, I should say. So now I'm just going to put my drill right in the center here. And I like these spade bits. These types of drills come in these type of drill bits come in different shapes, but I like these spade bits because they've got a point on them, so it really helps to hold it in place while it's drilling, because this will take a long time. So you just want to go very slow and not rush it, otherwise your dish will crack. So make sure that there's water, like since we're using a bowl this time, make sure that there's water on both sides of it so that everything will stay cool and lubricated and not create enough friction to crack the dish. And so now I'm just gonna start drilling and go slow and easy until there's a hole in here. And we punch through to get the drill out with one hand. And there's the little hole in our bowl ready to get strung up to be a wind chime. Okay, so I've decided on my layout and I've drilled the new holes that I'm going to need to match that layout. So on my first one, I'm going to have 2 coming off of the sides. So I've drilled those holes like this, and now it's time to assemble. So I'm going to take another one of my 5 and just take it off this little keychain thing that it's on so far to get down to the threads that hold everything together. And then I'm going to not let this thing fall apart. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna take it so that so I've got 2 threads holding it. This is just the way that works with the wind chimes that I have. You're probably gonna have to get creative if you're doing this from scratch, or you can always just re-string everything yourself. But I have these 2 little pieces, so I'm gonna have one coming in from the top and then meeting the other one on the bottom. So that way the knots will be on the bottom as well. And I'm just going to try to string this through this hole. I found that if you've got a crochet hook handy or some kind of a needle, that will really help this process. So I'm just gonna drag that thread through that hole. There we go. And then tie it in a knot with the other one. So there's 2 of mine assembled, and I've already attached the next one to that bottom piece, and the next one to that piece. So I just have one more to add to this other side, and my wind chime is assembled, except for putting it on the big base. I got this great rope at my hardware store, just a natural looking rope, and I've got some masking tape on the end, and this will help me to get it through the hole that I've made. So I'm just gonna pull this through the hole like so, and then take this tape off. I'm just gonna tie this onto this jumbled up wind chime that I've made. Just a good sturdy knot. There we go. So now when I pull that rope back up, there we go. It's all hanging from its pretty new base. So I'm going to cut just like a foot of this rope so that I can hang it from my roof line, and then let's go get this outside and making some music. This also gives a nice little spot of color to this part of the house, and will make this beautiful music every time the wind blows. I really love it. And I hope that this was inspiring for you. This cost me $6 plus some rope. So at the end of it, it's going to make a huge, beautiful noise for a long time to come. If you have any questions, leave me a comment and I will help you out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for lots more great ideas, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.